Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Edge of the Earth. In the last episode, we had a restful night as we discussed upgrades and talked to some of our expedition members. Today, we're going to be setting up to the Forbidden Peaks. Before we set up, let's start with some things we need to do. We need to start with Monterey's tarot card. So, I'm just going to shuffle this up. As a reminder, he is damned, which is why we will draw one of these in its reverse position. All right, let's see what it is. The Sun 19. During Monterey's first turn, they have 2 fewer actions to take. I believe that he had that at some point. I can't remember which one. But hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. Let's also start with opening hands. Lily will draw the hammer, water protection, stand together, machete, and a talisman of protection. I think she's going to keep these 2 and perhaps look for some other assets. Brando Kathuka, talisman of protection, and the other Cyclopean hammer. Wow. That is a phenomenal hand. Albeit, I would have liked to get something other than the second Cyclopean hammer, of course. All right, Monterey will get... Ooh, he got a Tekalili. Scout ahead, emergency cache, magnifying glass, slip away, and his trusty bullwhip. I think I will just keep the mag glass and search for other things. We're looking specifically for the Prophesia and Genet. That would be nice. Another mag glass, pilfer, scout ahead, and nimble. Well, we will have 2 magnifying glasses starting out. So he will be pretty good at investigating. All right. The wind howls as your party prepares for the long journey ahead. There is very little conversation. Even if you could hear each other's muffled voices through your earmuffs and scarves, what would you say? The silence of your shared terror is loud enough. Your destination is many miles ahead of you. The jagged peaks loom far on the horizon, taunting you. You run a mental checklist of your situation. Check your campaign log and read each passage below that corresponds to your situation. Then proceed to Intro 2. So, if Alaya Ashvac is alive and the wooden sledge is listed under supplies recovered. So, Alaya is definitely alive and we do have the wooden sledge. It's not large or sturdy enough to carry all of us, Alaya explains as he hauls the last crate of supplies onto the old sledge. But it should be able to carry our provisions and equipment at least. He makes sure the lines are taut and all of the dog's harnesses are properly fastened before giving Anu, at the head of the pack, a scratch behind her ears. Not looking forward to having to lug this thing up the mountains, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, girl, you ready? Anu barks once. Yeah, I know you are. The investigators suffer no ill effects. If Avery Claypool is alive, he is. The only person who's dead, by the way, is Roald Ellsworth. Weather might look clear right now, Claypool explains, but it could turn on a dime. We'll be on ice for most of the journey, so be on the look for cracks. We need ice about 60 centimeters thick in order to walk across, so stay behind me at all times, and I'll use this auger to make sure it's safe. He holds up a spiral-tipped drilling device and leads the way. The investigators suffer no ill effects. If Takeda Hiroko is alive. As you set out, you hear Takeda singing something under her breath. Just quiet enough that you can't tell what it is. One of the others, however, seems to recognize it. That song again, they say. Heard you sing it on the Theodosia on the way over. Takeda sighs. It is the song my father taught me. Helps me pass the time, she explains. You ask if she would like to teach it to you, and she gives you the first smile you've seen from her since the trek began. Yes, I would. You spend the remainder of the journey singing and bonding together, whittling the time away. The investigators suffer no ill effects. If the investigators scouted the mountain past, we did not. So, the frozen tundra leading up to the foothills of the jagged mountains is hard terrain to traverse. Even prepared as you are with snowshoes and warm clothes to fight the cold, the going is slow and rough. The wind fights you at every turn. Its gusts strong enough to knock you over, but you continue onward, undeterred. The investigators suffer no ill effects. You hike through the ice and snow for many grueling hours. Luckily, you encounter no more of the creatures from the previous 2 days, leaving you to ponder if it was all some cruel mirage. But as you draw closer to the base of the jagged snow-tipped mountain, you find another manner of creature altogether. It lies frozen and half buried in the snow, like a macabre waymarker guiding you onward. Its body is shaped like a drum, with thick hide and a pair of torn leathery wings. A starfish-shaped appendage sticks out of the snow from its top half, adorned with 5 dead eyes and a set of prismatic cilia. 5 sets of tentacles lie frozen in the ice. The sight of the thing chills you more than the Antarctic weather possibly could. There can be no doubt. This is one of the elder things that Professor Dyer and Danforth encountered the last time they ventured into the heart of Antarctica. But what killed it? Surely it was not just the cold. Proceed to setup. Oops. Spoiler. Alright, investigator setup. Each investigator may choose one available member of the expedition team who is not crossed off to join them. Put the story asset for the chosen character into play in the investigator's play area, blah 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 blah. If there is a check mark next to that character's name, instead use the resolute version found in the Fatal Mirage encounter set. We didn't manage to do that. Place damage and horror on that character is indicated in the expedition team section of the campaign log. Alright, so let's choose who we bring. I would have liked Ellsworth for this. Elia seems, maybe not so good. We could bring Avery. I think Lily could bring Dr. Amy because she will let us investigate. And this one would require us to investigate a lot. So let's bring her along. She has 3 secrets. Monterey. Let's bring... I could bring Danforth. Or I could bring Takeda. Is he gonna... Or I could bring Avery. Yeah, let's bring Avery. So that's, of course, when we reveal a Frost token, we would cancel it and reveal a new one. Currently, and I'll get into this in a sec, we don't have any Frost tokens in our bag. So that's nice. All right. Scenario setup. Gather all cards from the following encounter sets. To the Forbidden Peaks, Deadly Weather, Elder Things, Hazards of Antarctica, Nameless Horrors, and Tekalili. These sets are indicated by the following icons. Alright, so here is To the Forbidden Peaks. Let's get the other ones. Deadly Weather. Deadly Weather. Here it is. Here is Deadly Weather. Elder Things, that's here. Yep. Hazards of Antarctica. That is these. Nameless Horrors. Oh, here they are. Okay. Here are Nameless Horrors. And Tekalili. Our Tekalili deck is over here to the right. Alright. Let me just double check that all the cards are there. So we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Shuffle the 7 mountainside locations and put 5 of them into play in a diagonal line. Set the remaining 2 locations aside out of play. Put the summit location, into play at the top of the diagonal line. The position of each location has its own level from 0 to 5, beginning at the bottommost location at level 0 and ascending to the summit at level 5. So that's what these ones are. They look like that. And it also says, reveal the level 0 location. Each investigator begins play at that location. All right, so let's just put these over here. Here's our agenda. Here is our act. All right, so here are our mountainside locations. This is the summit, so let's shuffle these up. All right. One, two, three, four, five. It says to set the remaining 2 locations aside out of play. All right, let's move these around a little bit. Okay, so the summit is going to be over here. Just mix these up again. All right, there's our map. We will reveal the mountainside. The touch of evil mystery in these barrier locations and in the beckoning sea of opalescent sky glimpsed betwixt their summits was a highly subtle and attenuated matter. 4 Shroud, 2 clues. I'll read this when we start the game. So, we both begin here, and it has 2 clues. Okay. Add 1 Elder Thing token to the Chaos bag. That seems appropriate. I've had that here for a bit. Add 1 monster. Sorry, I just did that. Okay. Check the supplies recovered section of the campaign log and put each expedition story asset listed there into play at the level 0 location. Remove each other expedition story asset from the game. Okay. So, what do we have? We have spare parts, small radio, dynamite, wooden sledge, miasmic crystal. So, that's these. Nope. So, we have the wooden sledge, dynamite, the miasmic crystal, small radio, and the spare parts. So, these are going to go bye-bye. Running out of space here. Okay. Those will go all at the level 0 location. It's a lot of stuff. Set the Terror of the Stars enemy aside out of play. Okay. Check the difficulty level. If you're playing on hard, add a Doom to the agenda. 1A, expert, 2 Doom. We're playing on standard. Shuffle each Tekalili weakness card that's not already part of an investigator's deck together to form the Tekalili deck. Place this deck near the agenda deck. I have done that over here. Shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards to build the encounter deck. You are now ready to begin. Location adjacency in the Forbidden Peaks. During this scenario, locations are arranged in a diagonal line, with each location above or below the locations next to it. During the scenario, each location is connected to the location below it and the location above it. All right. And that is the setup for To the Forbidden Peaks. This will be our encounter deck here. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Next time, we're going to be going up the mountain. Until then, this has been SuperFang99 signing off.